Well, hello there, Pile One. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. This is Soul Purpose Activation. We are doing another future spouse pick a card reading. Right now, what we're getting into, you guys, is we're updating. We're doing an update reading for those of you that have been on the future spouse journey, okay, for a while. So we're going to see what we're going to do, you guys. Pile One is we're going to tap into the energy of what's the energy that is mostly influencing the connection, you know, whether it be, you know, energies that are like manifesting union or manifesting separation. Like, what are the energies at play here in this connection? We're going to kind of peek into your future spouse life and see what they're up to right now. We'll do an updated timeline to see, you know, on the timeline that you're on, when are you more than likely to meet them? And then, oh yeah, we're also going to find out what you specifically are doing that is helping and or not helping manifesting union in the connection. Okay, so it's just an update reading. Hopefully these aren't going to be too long. Okay, if you guys want to book a personal reading with me, I do have, you know, future spouse readings available. Quite a few of them are like $25. If you've been on this journey for a while and you're not sure what's going on as to why your future spouse is not coming in, there's more than likely something going on with you at a subconscious level, at an energetic level, spiritual level, whatever it may be, that you may want to take a peek at, okay? And I do have personal live, like one-on-one readings available where you can book me at 20 minutes or 30 minutes, I think clear up into about an hour, and very highly interactive. You can get as many questions as you can get in those within that time spot that, you know, or the time allotted. So just check the description box below if you're interested in any of those readings. All right, you guys, so let's just get into it. Pile One, you chose the Ametrine, which is amethyst and citrine. Okay, I love that combination. So let's find out what's the main energy at play here when it comes to this connection. So we got angel, karmic justice, and then we have time off. Okay, let's see. We got divinely guided over here. Ask for help from your angels. You are protected. Pay attention to signs and dreams. Next to that, we have karmic justice, wrongs made right. You will be vindicated, getting what you deserve, learning karmic lessons. And then we also have time off, with taking time to relax, taking care of yourself first, doing things that make you happy, and enjoying life more. I'm getting kind of like a pause, honestly. I'm seeing the pause button when it comes to manifesting in union with your future spouse, Pile One. We will find out, like, maybe what you're doing you know, on your side that might be helping out with that or contributing to that energy. Why are we pausing? What's going on with that? I'm hearing that you guys may have been in the process of manifesting in something that maybe not have been in alignment with what you really wanted. Oh my gosh. I'm hoping these are not going to get too deep or too detailed. But so basically what I'm feeling, because, you know, we can manifest from our ego, our wounded ego, right? If you don't know what the law of assumption is in Neville Goddard, it's something they call the old man. You know, when we become spiritually awakened, or we just become a lot more aware, or we're on our spiritual journey, what we don't understand is, you know, we are still largely operating, at least in the very beginning, from a space of the old man, or, you know, AKA the wounded ego. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, check the description box below. I have another channel called Your Wish Fulfilled. Yeah, so what I'm feeling like is that you may have been in the process of manifesting in something from a space of the wounded ego, which was not going to be in alignment with your actual higher self. And so what that can look like, you guys, is let's say if you were manifesting union in with the future spouse, and the reason why, okay, the motivation here is the important part. The reason why you were wanting a future spouse is because, you know, without a future spouse, you feel lonely. You don't feel good enough. You're not feeling validated. And a lot of this stuff can really be coming from a very hidden space. It can be coming from subconscious, right? But this is the energy that's coming through. And so when we are manifesting from that space of wanting, what we usually end up doing is we manifest connections with people, you know, especially in our romantic connections, that leave us in that space of wanting. So if you're wanting a future spouse because you don't feel good enough, then what we're going to end up doing is, you know, manifesting in a connection with somebody who shows up and behaves in a way that makes us not feel good enough. I hope that makes sense. And so I feel like what's the energy that's coming through and the messages is that's coming through is that you guys may have been on track to manifest in a potential future spouse with somebody that was not in alignment with your God self or your higher self. It wasn't that connection was going to be in alignment with your wounded ego self. Okay. And so I don't know if you may have awakened to that, or if this is something going on entirely at an energetic spiritual level. You know, maybe like with karmic justice, I'm just feeling like I don't want to say it's a block, but I definitely feel like there's been a pause button here because, you know, at a very deep spiritual level, you know exactly what it is that you want, you know, not from a wounded ego, but from the God self. And the God self wants, you know, the God self wants, there's nothing wrong with desiring a future spouse. It's just the reasons why are different, right? The wounded ego wants it because, you know, it's that future spouse may be filling a void. When you are coming from the space of, you know, your God self, there are no voids. You know, you feel whole and you feel, you know, loved, and you feel all of that stuff even outside of having a future spouse. And so, yeah, that's where this connection is at. Yeah, especially with divinely guided and asking for help from your angels. I feel like maybe there may have been some false starts with people up to this point, or maybe that's just been, you know, I don't know. I'm just picking up on, you know, whatever the energies that are largely at play with this connection. You know, there may be some divine guidance going on here, clearing the path, you know, of anything that is in the process of manifesting a union with somebody that you really don't want, that does not align at your highest level. Okay. Yeah, so that's the energy that's coming through for that pile one. Now we're going to find out what your future spouse, okay, we'll talk about the future spouse that's actually in alignment with your God self. What are they doing? Okay, what is the future spouse? What are you up to, pile one's future spouse? What are you up to right now? What's going on in your life right now? Pile one's future spouse. Okay, they're single. Financial support. We got child alimony, government. Let's see what's going on with that, because we got alien under here. Oh, what has it got? Telepathic dreams and songs. They may be trying, your future spouse may be trying to communicate with you on a 5D level. They may be, your future spouse, you know, I should say your heavenly future spouse, your kingdom future spouse, your future spouse that is in alignment with your highest good, your God self, okay? That person is trying to communicate with you. I'm hearing they're trying to give you encouragement on this journey. Maybe dropping hints to you about who and, you know, what they are, maybe through dreams, through songs, you know, synchronicities you might be seeing, although in this deck there is an actual synchronicities card. You guys may be meeting primarily on a 5D state, meeting through dreams. Some of you may actually have met this person in your dreams. Maybe you've seen their face, maybe not. But your future spouse is currently available, okay? They're not in any kind of an official committed relationship with anybody. They're available. I am picking up with available too. Of course, we are talking about somebody that is in alignment with your God self. Okay, so this person is going to be somebody who is available to you in all ways. They're emotionally available, energetically available. they're not going to come with any kind of baggage. Now, I'm not saying that they're not going to have any kids or, you know, any ex-spouses or anything like that. They may be, you know, dealing with, you know, child support or alimony or something like that. So what I'm hearing is they don't come with any emotional baggage. So they're not going to be emotionally stuck on or mentally stuck on in someone from the past. There may be some financial ties to somebody, okay? Because we do have financial support here. So this isn't necessarily talking about them going through a divorce. Yeah, they're saying no. They're single. They're single. So they may have financial ties to someone, but this isn't going to be somebody that is like separated and in the process of going through the divorce. They're divorced, right? So whatever, there's no ties to anyone from the past except for maybe like children. They might have alimony. I don't know. We are kind of getting into like what's going on with your future spouse right now. There may be some battles with, you know, an ex. Yeah, there's some battles. Sorry, you guys. Oh my gosh. There may be some battles going on with an ex. That may be another reason why too, why the pause button is hit on this connection. I feel like this connection has already been set up for the two of you guys to meet. It's just that I feel like there may be things, well, there's definitely looks like there are some things on your future spouse's side that are needing to get out of the way before the connection with you and your, you know, your future spouse can come into fruition, pile one. So, you know, they are single though. So that part of it is wrapped up. Whatever dealings they have with an ex or to the past is solely through children, and or, you know, children. If they have children, it's going to be child support. There may possibly be some alimony in there, okay? Just kind of giving you a heads up of what's going on. All right, pile one. Let's see how your energy is contributing to the manifestation of this connection. Show me pile one's energy. How's pile one contributing to the manifestation of this connection? Got the Queen of Wands in reverse. So you may be dealing either, okay, there's a couple of, and both could be true. You may be still dealing with like low self-confidence issues. You know, this could be talking about your wounded ego, right? A wounded inner child. The Queen of Wands is in the reverse is someone who's not very self-confident. They don't have, you know, but the first thing that came out with this card though was doubt. A lot of doubt, not feeling very confident. Now that could be talking about, you know, low confidence towards the self. This could also be talking about low confidence in maybe your ability to manifest in your future spouse, or, you know, just doubts when it comes to your worthiness. You know, we'll get more into it. Show me pile one's energy. How's pile one contributing to how this is manifesting? The moon in reverse. Okay. Give me one more. How's pile one's energy contributing here? I feel like, you know what? I feel you're at work. I just heard you're a work in progress. With the moon in reverse, I feel like maybe there's a lot of the stuff I'm talking about here is not, it's not news to you, right? I feel like you're picking up on it. You may have been the one, you may know that that your journey to your future spouse has been paused or whatever it may be. It's funny because I'm picking up on the pause button, not necessarily blocks or delays, okay? Slight difference, I know, but with time off here, taking time to relax, taking care of yourself first, doing things that make you happy, I feel like, and then enjoying life more, I feel like you're learning how to do that. You're learning how to make the best of the life that you have, learning how to love the life that you have now, learning how to be in a, learning how to cultivate a default state of, I love my life, just because, I am who I am, right? Like not needing a future spouse in order to love your life. Yeah, it's like, desiring a future spouse, there's nothing wrong with that. We came here to have experiences. That's why we're here. And at the same time, it's also realizing, yeah, I want that experience, but I don't need that experience in order to feel loved, in order to feel validated, in order to feel alive inside, in order to feel excited or feeling like I have something to look forward to, right? So yeah, I feel like overall your energy towards I do feel like maybe, you might have it's mutual, it's energies on both you and your future spouse's side. And it could also just be something that's, spiritually happening, putting the pause button on manifesting in this union, because there are still some things happening at a karmic level that are being cleared out on both sides, right? For you personally, it's kind of like you're becoming very familiar with yourself, your own shadows. With the moon in reverse here, that's things becoming known. Things may still feel a little bit murky when it comes to your own shadows and what's going on in your own energy that is influencing the manifestation of this connection, but you're working on it. I keep hearing a work in progress. And then with the Seven of Wands in the upright position and the Knight of Wands in the reverse position, I'm literally getting, you're trying to block out like the energies of, players in your life, blocking out the energy of, fuck boys or fuck girls or however it may be, right? Those types of energies where they're in and out, they're flighty, they're off and on, hot and cold, unpredictable, unreliable, irresponsible, when it comes to you and your heart and your connection and stuff like that. And, really trying to get to work on what's going on in your own energy that has been creating, your experiences with people like that, right? Just really like going to work on yourself, working on your shadows, getting to know who you are on a very energetic, spiritual, intrinsic level. And, maybe going to battle. This could also be you going to battle with your own inner demons, with that own part of yourself that has been inconsistent, right? Because, the whole world is a mirror, a reflection of what's going on in the inside. And so if we keep manifesting connections with people who, are not showing up for us in the best manner, that's usually because there's something going on in a very deep level where we're not showing up for ourselves or we're abandoning ourselves. And so that could also be talking about, yeah, you're trying to block out that energy from your life, but this is you also blocking that energy from, not blocking, like healing that part of yourself that has been manifesting union with people like that, or experiences, whether it's union or experiences, like you're not wanting this energy in your life anymore, basically is what it is. This may be the archetype of the people that you've been dealing with up to this point, is a lot of Knight of Wand energy, a lot of, maybe energies or connections that were based solely off of physical intimacy, off of sex or off of appearance. It's just very superficial, never really got off the ground. People that, were never really, they didn't take you or the connection seriously and stuff like that. And this is like, no, I don't want any more of that energy in my life. And then also realizing like, okay, where is this energy in myself? Right? How am I not taking myself seriously, and how am I not showing up for myself? And that's where this comes in with, taking care of yourself first, right? It's all related, all right, what we're going to do now, you guys, is I'm going to actually tell you some action steps, or I'm going to let the cards tell you some things that you can do that can help if you want to. Unpause the pause button, I guess, right? All right, let's get 3 cards from this deck for what pile 1 can do to help manifest in their future spouse. Oh my God. It says action, awaken the warrior woman within. Okay, person. This particular deck says woman, but it's, person. And that could be talking about the feminine energy. You're awaken your inner feminine, which is kind of like this taking time to relax. Can talk about pulling your energy back. So what I'm getting from this, you guys, in terms of what you can do, not taking forced action, but if you are going to take action, it's going to feel inspired. It's just going to be, you're just going to be naturally driven. There may, you know, inspired action is often something you didn't even know was an action that was taking you on the way to where you were going. So it's like, yeah, you know, you can take action, but you know, it doesn't feel forced. It feels inspired. It just feels something you feel led to do. You know, a lot of people are under the misconception that, you know, action is solely based off of, you know, masculine energy. Not necessarily. It's the energy motivating that action. You know, are you doing it to get a specific result, or are you doing it because it's what makes you feel good? It's what makes you feel alive inside. And so, you know, if you are getting on a dating app because you're feeling lonely, you need to fill a void within and stuff like that, not quite, versus, you know, something just for some reason you just like, you know what, I want to get on a dating app today and just see what's out there. No big deal, right? There are two different types of energies. Let's get a couple more. What can pile one do to help usher this connection in? Heart. Emotions and intuition. A lot of feminine energy coming through here. Let's get one more. Stillness, lack of movement. Yeah, and I know that, you know, okay, so it seems counterintuitive. Like, what can you do to unpause? The pause button is basically just sit tight. Sit tight and get comfortable in your own energy and learn how to love your own energy and learn how to, you know, awaken, you know, the spark within. A lot of the times, what, you know, especially when we're working from or trying to manifest from a wounded ego, we're looking for something or someone outside of ourselves to ignite that spark within, to feel alive inside, to feel like we got something to look forward to. And the advice here for you, in order to like manifest in union with your future spouse, is basically learn how to do that yourself, right? Now, there, especially with the moon in reverse, that, you know, that's right here, with the heart and emotions and intuition, there still may be some emotional baggage for you to have to work through from the past, especially with karmic justice. It says wrongs made right. There may be some attachment that you have to someone from your past that hasn't been fully released yet. Okay. Emotional baggage is specifically coming through. This is on your side, pile one. So there may be someone you need to let go of. Something that maybe that person did that you need to work through, feel through. If you don't know how to process emotional baggage, if you don't know how to process through emotional triggers and release that energy from you, again, look in the description box. I have another video. I have another channel called Your Wish Fulfilled, but there are a couple of videos linked in the description box. One of them is how to stop manifesting separation between, it says you and your SP, but it can be you and your future spouse, or any manifestation really. And then after that is watch Releasing the Wants, and that's the actual process of working through the energies that may be negatively influencing union with your future spouse. Okay, you guys, because it literally is like lack of movement, which is so weird because we got action and then we have inaction. But like I said, this is not saying not to take any action whatsoever. If you're feeling intuitively guided, you know, it's like one of those things, like, you know, you'll just get a desire out of nowhere. You know what? I want to go roller skating today. But, you know, but then our mind, our wounded ego can get in there and be like, oh, but what if that's taking action and blah, blah. You see what I mean? So if you just feel the urge to get out and do something, then go ahead and do that, right? That is action that is motivated more from a feminine energy type. You know, motivated from the heart versus motivated from the wounded ego. I hope that makes sense. What we're going to do, let's get 3 cards from this deck, and then we're going to get 3 cards from this deck, and then we're going to look at the timeline when you're most likely to meet them. And while I'm getting this energy out, you guys, if this is resonating, if you are gaining any value from this whatsoever, make sure that you are smashing that like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below. Let me know what pile you picked. Let me know how it resonated. If you haven't become part of the family, hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you don't miss an upload or an announcement. Okay, so let's get one more card. So far we got stop judging and start loving. Okay. We got set your intentions with heart and soul. There's a lot of stuff here about the heart center. Setting your intentions with heart and soul, for me, that's like, you know, really sit down and ask yourself what it is about your future spouse. What feeling are you getting from that future spouse, and really learn how to cultivate those feelings just within yourself. You know, if one of the feelings that you think you would get from having a future spouse is having something to look forward to every day, having a reason to get out of bed, feeling alive inside, if igniting that spark within, right? That motivation that, you know, I'm feeling like flying high, you know, that's learning how to spark that within yourself, right? A lot of, like I said, my other channel teaches a lot about that, because a lot of times people have a hard time really seeing how that could be possible. Like, you know, how can, you know, how can they feel validated unless somebody is validating them? A lot of people might still be stuck in that paradigm, and that's exactly why they're having a hard time manifesting in the kind of union with their future spouse that they want, or with the kind of future spouse that they want. Okay. Let's get one more. You are pure magic. And I love that the sitting is sitting right on top of stillness and lack of movement. Like, you don't have to do anything, okay? Or even be anything special. It's like you are magic, right? You're just sitting, you're just laying in your bed. Even on days when you're just laying in your bed and you're not doing anything, even on those days where, you know, you might be feeling so depressed and down in the dumps and just whatever, it's like you're still pure magic, right? With stop judging and start loving, that's really kind of giving me the vibes of maybe, yeah, that is about yourself. Like, there may be things about yourself, especially with that Queen of Wands in reverse energy. There may be things about yourself that you are harshly judging. You know, maybe there's things about yourself that you're like, okay, I need to do this and I need to do that. You know, no one's going to love me if I'm this weight, or if I'm not making this kind of money, or whatever. You know, there may be parts of yourself that you are judging harshly. Like, you're thinking that no one's going to love you unless you're a specific size, making a specific amount of money, you know, unless you've achieved a certain kind of status in life. And it's like, turn that mirror on yourself and see how, you know, you're setting conditions upon, you know, what is making you worthy, and understanding that it's from that very same energy. If you think you're unlovable because, you know, you're overweight, or you're not making the right kind of money, or whatever it may be, then you are going to manifest union with people that are going to mirror that back to you. But if you switch that around, if you start to love yourself exactly where you're at, right? Exactly where you're at. Learn how to give yourself grace, and you know, because we're all on a journey for a reason. A lot of the times, you know, we get to where we're at solely based off of pain, right? And so give yourself grace as to why you're at where you're at. And you know what? And there isn't really anything wrong with why you're at where you're at. Things can change and switch in a moment, right? Literally they can, and they don't have to, in order for you to manifest, in order for you to be worthy of exactly what it is you're manifesting. You're worthy right now, okay? There might be a part of your wounded ego that's shouting, like, that does not believe that, finds that hard to believe, and that is simply because there's a part of you that feels, that may be judging others based off that same criteria, right? And so that's just taking us, like, stop judging, you know, that in yourself, and stop judging that in other people. Start seeing the intrinsic value in everyone, right? What makes a person worthy of being loved is just the fact that they exist. Okay, they exist, right? And start seeing that for yourself. You know, you're worthy of love because you are love. right? It's not even a thing of having to be worthy of. It's just you are, okay? Yeah, so let's get an update on the current timeline that you're on now. Show me the current timeline. When is pile 1 more than likely to cross paths? When is this union going to manifest? We've got Aries and the number 3. This could be fairly soon, you guys. At the time, this is a timeless reading, but at the time that I am releasing this video, we are very close to Aries season. Very close. In fact, it's like it's in about a week and a half, okay? Fire energy is very quick. It's like the second fastest moving energy of all 4 elements, and so it typically corresponds to months. So it could be 3 months, could be as little as 3 weeks, but about 3 months, okay? It could be during the summertime is what I'm hearing. It could be during a day that is very hot. It could be very hot outside. I'm seeing energies of like maybe being out and about around like a body of water, whether it's a pool or the ocean. You know, you can meet this person while you're out swimming or sunbathing or something like that, okay? Aries is also very active. It's a very active sign, and so you can meet this person, you know, maybe while you're out and about doing something. You know, you might be doing some kind of physical activity. They might be doing some kind of physical activity. I'm seeing somebody playing sports. I'm seeing someone, so you might meet them in like, you know, they're playing sports somewhere, basketball, soccer, someone I can see, you know, you might meet this person roller skating, something. There's a lot of movement happening, okay? I'm picking up on a lot of outdoor energy. All right, you guys, pile 1, that was your reading. I hope that it resonated. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Again today, I will see you at your next future spouse pick a card reading. Bye, guys. Pile 2, welcome back. If you are new here, my name is Michelle, and this is Soul Purpose Activation. We are doing another future spouse pick a card reading. We're just doing an update, you guys. We're going to see what's going on with this connection, especially for those of you that have been on the future spouse journey for a while, okay? And you're just kind of you're wondering like what's going on with this connection, where is it at? What we're going to do first, you guys, is we're going to tap into the energy of the main energy that's influencing this connection, whether, you know, it's energy that is pulling you guys together, or if it's, you know, are you manifesting separation or union with your future spouse is basically what we're going to tap into first, okay? We're also going to look into like what it is you are doing, how you are contributing to the energy that is affecting or influencing union with your future spouse. We'll find out like where they're at, what your future spouse is up to. We'll do an updated timeline to see when you are more than likely to meet them. Yeah, and then, you know, we'll actually go over some things that you can do or some advice on how to manifest them in, okay, or maybe quicken the timeline. So just keep in mind, you guys, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave behind anything that doesn't. I do have personal readings available in the future spouse category. A lot of them are $25. Just check the description box below. For those of you who are having a hard time, you know, you don't know why this person's not coming in, you've been in it for a while, you know, manifesting a future spouse union for a while, and they're not coming in, there's probably something going on within your own energy that is manifesting separation versus manifesting union, okay? Now, I do have another channel. There's actually a video that I did a while back. It's called How to Stop Manifesting a Separation Between You and Your SP, but it can also be, you know, you can plug in the word future spouse and where SP is at. And then there's another video called Releasing the Wants, which is basically the process of how, right? How to stop manifesting separation. Those videos are linked in the description box below for a starter point, okay? I do have personal readings where you and I can meet via Zoom one-on-one and dive into your own personal energy to figure out what is going on in this connection. Why are they not coming in? You know, what's happening, right? Okay, pile 2, we are just gonna get into it. And you know what? I am noting that right as I'm getting into your guys' reading, a big thing of clouds just blocked the sun. It got very dark very quick right as I opened your guys' reading. You guys are connected, or you guys were drawn to the rose quartz. We'll see what's going on. Oh, look at that. Yeah, so we got dreams, isolation, and sad news. Okay. A lot of melancholy, a lot of sadness. I'm hearing grief and despair. So we got dreams here with vivid dreaming, dream messages, reaching for your dreams. Your dreams are calling you, the power of imagination. We also have isolation, being emotionally removed, choosing to be alone, recharging your mind and body, introspection. That's kind of giving me hermit energy. And then we also have sad news here with a disappointing message, not what you wanted to hear, something not going in your favor, an inconvenient truth. And so, that could be literal, you know, this is the energies that are mostly, this is the energy largely influencing either union or separation from your future spouse. And I do feel like this is leaning more towards the side of separation. If you guys don't know how energies are, you know, how your feeling state is in direct correlation with manifesting in, you know, just your heart's desire, whatever it may be. Again, go check out my other channel, you guys, okay? It'll kind of help you figure out why this kind of energy is acting as a block, okay? And what you can do about it, okay? What you can do about it. A lot of you may be stuck in, I don't know if you guys are going through like a really tough breakup with somebody. The word limerence is coming through. If you don't know what that is, please go Google it. Okay, limerence. It just feels like there's a lot of dreaming and fantasizing going on. There's a difference between manifesting someone and visualizing them in, and then daydreaming and fantasizing as a way to disassociate from the pain of what's in the present moment. I hope that makes sense. I do feel like there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of emotional pain here, a lot of, I don't even want to say baggage, because it feels heavier than that. It feels like heartbreak, honestly. Heartbreak, heartache, yearning. There's a lot of yearning. With the sad news, I mean, this may have been catapulted by that. Of course, you know, this is a general reading, so take what resonates or put the message where it fits, right? There may just be this overall feeling like you never get what you want, or you know, nothing in your life seems to pan out, right? It's that very melancholy, pessimistic, you know, and I'm not invalidating your feelings at all. You know, usually when we are stuck in this energy, it's for a reason, right? But when we're talking about manifesting, you guys, you know, if you look at the world as it's a mirror into, you know, what's going on in the outside is a direct reflection of what's going on in the inside. And so, you know, if we're constantly feeling sad and disappointed, and we're coming from the space of nothing ever works out for me, yeah, it's gonna look like, you know, everything that's happening on the outside that looks like it's evidence, right? But if you put things into their proper perspective, that's not actually evidence, that's feedback. Okay, that it's a mirror. It's showing you, you know, it's like you're looking at the reflection. You see that your face is all muddied up, and you know, you're trying to fix the mirror. Instead, you're trying to wash the mirror, the reflection, the reflected image in the mirror, rather than washing your own face. I hope that makes sense. And so, again, I have another channel. It's called Your Wish Fulfilled. Please check the description box below. That will help clear out that, you know, whatever that energy is, whatever, you know, it'll help you heal heartbreak. It'll help it'll help you get over an ex. It'll help you, whatever it may be that's got you stuck in this energy of, you know, feeling disappointed, feeling, you know, grieving the loss of some. And yes, grieving is a natural, it's a natural feeling state, but you know, if you process and feel through it, you won't get stuck there, which a lot of people, if they don't know how to process heavy emotion, you know, especially with those people that get caught up in dreams and fantasies and stuff like that. They do that as a way to dissociate from feeling the pain that's actually there, right? And so, you know, when we sit with the grief and we sit with the loss and we sit with the sadness and we sit with the pain, that allows us to process it out, get it out of our system, you know, and we do that long enough, eventually that grief starts to lift, and then we're actually able to start feeling, you know, alive again, happy again, all of that stuff, just because that's who we are. We are love. And so, you know, we are joy, we are those things. We're under this misguided perception that things on the outside have to be a certain way in order for us to feel a certain type of way. It's actually flipped. If you want things to look a certain way in your outer world, they have to first be that way on the inside, okay? Again, just check the description box below for those videos and that channel of mine. Okay, so that's what's mainly influencing this connection at this point in time. Let's find out what your future spouse is currently up to right now. Pile 2's future spouse. What is going on in your life? Okay, we got irreconcilable differences. Looks like divorce and final. So your future spouse may actually be going through an actual divorce at this moment. Like, they're not officially divorced, they're going through a divorce. They're in the middle of one. We got intervention and then wish with others, rescue others involved. It may have been a really... Yeah, okay, I can see why. So if you are your future spouse, you know, if you're what I would call you're their kingdom husband or kingdom wife or something like that, and the person that they were married to was not, I can see why intervention would be here. This may have been a karmic thing. It does. For intervention to be here, it almost feels like, you know, and that's usually how it is with karmic ties, you know. I don't want to say usually. It happens often that the universe has to step in, right? The universe has to step in to separate two people in a karmic connection. And what that can look like is, you know, a third party can get introduced into the mix. That can look like, you know, the universe stepping in can look like, you know, somebody leaving someone else, you know, for a third party. Yeah, that hurts like hell, but it's almost like, you know, there wasn't gonna be there, like the two of them had to be separated somehow. Like, literally, divine stepped in, the universe stepped in, you know, divine intervention. This is rescue and others involved. I feel like the connection that your future spouse was in was very toxic, to the point of other people did have to get involved. I'm not just picking up on like divine energetic energies. I am picking up in like actual other people, right? Family members had to get involved, you know what I mean? And so counselors may have had to get involved. We'll see what wish is here for. Why is we got hope, praying, and yearning? I just heard I want to get it right this time. So your future spouse still has hope for the kind of marriage that they actually want, okay? So they're going through, I'm picking up your future spouse is going through a very rocky divorce with somebody, or a very rocky split up. If they're not married, it's a separation that's taking a long time for some reason. There may be kids involved, there may be mutual assets, whatever the case may be. It's a breakup, it's a separation that still feels, whether they are legally married or not, still feels to have some, it's hitting their pocket somehow. Okay, there's a separation of assets, there's a separation of, you know, maybe I'm hearing equity. There's a separation of, you know, if kids are involved, there's things having to do with that. It's just really messy. What they're going through right now is really messy, very cutthroat. I'm picking up, of course, it's mostly coming from the other spouse's side, okay? And I do feel intervention, though, is coming mostly from the universe, mostly from higher self, from source, spirit, God, however you want to call it, because your future spouse is praying, wishing, and yearning. They actually want a favorable outcome, and then the sun just popped out again. Okay, so yeah, your future spouse right now, pile 2, is going through it. All right, they're not having an easy time of it right now, but I do feel there's a reason for that. Like, the universe had to step in and separate them from their spouse, because not only because they are your spouse and not the other person's, but it was a very toxic karmic connection. Okay, yeah, I'm picking up fixed energy for your person. I am picking up on a very, because the reason why I say that, pile 2, is because I'm feeling like your future spouse was in it, even so, like it was so toxic, right? But what I'm picking up from your future spouse is that they were in it for the long haul. They would have stayed in it forever, just based out of loyalty. Fixed energies is going to be, let's see, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Okay, it's just that energy where, they're like, I'm in it. Yeah, there's storms raging, but you know what? I'm just gonna bury these tent stakes even as deep as they can go, and I'm just gonna ride it out. I'm gonna ride it out because I made that promise. I made that vow. And regardless how I feel and how things look, I'm gonna stick to it, right? And so yeah, that's what I feel like happened. I do feel like the universe stepped in. Okay, let's see how you are actually contributing to the energies largely influencing this connection. How is pile 2 largely influencing this connection? Sorry about the laughing in the background. It's my oldest son's day off from work today. Let's see. How is pile 2's energy? Definitely you're feeling a little bit impatient. Are you feeling impatient, pile 2? Let's get one more. How is pile 2's energy? Oh, what is that? You know what? There may be yeah, and then we got the 4 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, I do feel like a lot of you, pile 2, are also dealing with either the ending of a marriage or the ending of a long-standing relationship. I don't know if you may have lived with somebody, but the 4 of Wands in reverse is like, it's the reverse of a happy home. It can be the breakup of a marriage. It can be the breakup of a quote-unquote a happy home. The 5 of Pentacles in reverse can talk about, wanting to be let back in from out of the cold. And with the Knight of Swords here in the upright position, it's almost like this frenzied energy that you have where you're trying to correct or get out of this energy, right? The 5 of Pentacles in the upright position can be very, that's feeling abandoned, that's feeling left out in the cold, that's feeling rejected, maybe, you know what I mean? That's all of those things. Not necessarily saying that you're trying to get the person that maybe, left you or you left or whatever that situation may be. It's trying to rectify, though. It's like, it's this frenzied energy of, I don't want to feel abandoned anymore. I don't want to feel left out in the cold anymore. I don't want to feel, I want to feel warm again. I want to feel happy again, and trying to, and that may be where a lot of this dreaming and stuff comes in. Isolation talks about, I really am picking up on a lot of you who may be using a lot of fantasy, watching a lot of, not trying to call anybody out, okay? Like I said, go check out Limerence, okay? Just check it out. Getting stuck in your head, it's basically daydreaming and fantasizing as a way to disassociate from the pain of the present moment, the reality of the present moment, right? And yeah, that's what I'm picking up from you guys. The way that I feel you are largely influencing union or separation with your future spouse is not dealing with what is here, what's here right now, not dealing with the present moment and the pain and the disappointment and, you know, the separation itself between, you know, and this doesn't even have to be something that happened recently. This could be something that, you know, happened years ago, and not, you know, you never really gave yourself the space to properly deal with it, right? Yeah, so let's see, what can pile 2 do to help manifest in? Let's get 3 cards. What can pile 2 do to help manifest in their future spouse? Yeah, we got healing. It says allow light to enter your wounds. That's sitting with your wounds, right? Allowing light to enter your wounds is, that light is your awareness. So, you know, rather than directing your awareness, your conscious thought to a fantasy world where you're fantasizing about a future spouse or fantasizing about whatever it may be, it's allowing your awareness, the light of your awareness, to focus on the pain that is there. The reason why we do that, and people don't, you know, a lot of people don't understand how emotional energy works. Disassociating from and ignoring emotional baggage doesn't, it doesn't heal the baggage. It doesn't make it go away. Okay. I'm sure you've already noticed that. The way that we heal emotional baggage is by sitting with it. Now, of course, it's a little more nuanced than that. And that's what I teach on my other channel, is how to actually, you know, how to heal that emotional baggage. And it's not by ignoring it. It's not by trying to wish it away or anything like that. Okay. You literally have to sit with it in order for it to process. For those of you that have a hard time doing that or relaxing into that, please check out my other video, my other channel, okay? Those 2 videos are linked in the description box below. Let's get a couple more. Yeah, so basically it's like it's sitting with your wounds rather than trying to escape from them, okay? Get a couple more. Woo! Oh, there's 2. Okay. Those 2 wanted to flip out, so we'll take them. We got patience. It says long road ahead, but there is a reward that awaits, okay? It says patience, long road ahead, but a reward does await. We also have the moon, subconscious. Yeah, and I feel like that's what it is, right? The moon here, it says subconscious mind, feminine, and intuition. It's really sitting with the pain. Yes, that does not sound fun, and I'm not gonna lie, it's not fun. But in order to really truly get past the pain of what happened, the only way to truly, you know, get over that abandonment wound, I shouldn't even say get over it, to heal it fully, to fully heal the abandonment wound, to fully heal the pain that was, you know, triggered by, you know, the experience of rejection or disappointment or possibly even being left for someone else, is to sit with that pain. And that actually processes that energy, that emotional energy out, and it releases. Again, go check my other channel, okay, you guys? That's what they're saying. It's like, this is how you're able to manifest in, like, what can you do to help manifest union in with your future spouse? What they're saying is sit with the pain. Instead of trying to dissociate from it and escape to a fantasy world, sit with the present moment, okay? Deal with the feelings that are associated with the pain of losing somebody, you know, that you felt was very close to you or that you wanted to be very close to. Yeah. Let's get 3 cards from this deck. What we're going to do now, you guys, is we're going to get 3 more cards to tell you how, or to help you if you want that guidance into what you can do to help manifest in union with your future spouse. We're also going to be checking up on an updated timeline. You know, when is this union going to happen, right? While I'm getting this out, you guys, if this reading is adding any kind of value to you in any way, shape, or form, helping you out in any way, resonating at all, right? Make sure that you're hitting that that like button. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below, let me know what pile you picked, and then if you want to become part of the Soul Purpose Activation family, hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. All right, what can pile 2 do? We got, see, forgive someone. That's what the cards are saying, you guys. Okay, now I'm not saying, now forgiving is, it can be purely energetic. This is not you having to reach out to somebody and telling them I forgive you. That's not what forgiveness means. It's going through the process of releasing the want and need for revenge, the want and need for someone else to, you know, pay back the debt that they owe you, which could be literal, right? But basically it's like forgiving someone means you're releasing them from the responsibility of needing them to basically make something right with you personally. It's not necessarily, it's not condoning what they did. It's not letting them off the hook. It's not allowing them back into your life or anything like that. It's making peace with what happened. Again, you know, not saying to reach out to them, not saying that you tell them that you forget. That's not what forgiveness is. It's purely energetic. Now, forgiveness can include action like that if that's what you feel led to do. Okay. But the actual energy of forgiveness is not, you know, telling the person that they've been let off the hook. It's not condoning what they did. It's nothing like that. It's basically you're releasing them of debt. You're releasing them from the need to make you feel better about what happened. It's releasing the need for an apology, all of that stuff. Again, check the description box below. That channel helps you do that because there is a certain level of spiritual and energetic maturity that allows for that to happen. Okay. And you can reach, you know, there's a process of clearing out the pain that may still be associated with what somebody has done, that I do share on that other channel on those 2 videos that I mentioned. Okay. Because we are talking about here, this is what the energy is coming through as to what you can do to help manifest in union with your future spouse. One of the first cards to come out was like, you need to forgive somebody. That might be triggering for someone. That's not my intention. Okay. Definitely not my intention. We have get back to nature and reconnect to your hippie roots. Aw. And I see there's 2 birds, but that one right there reminds me of a dove, which is peace. Forgiveness, you know what I mean? Let's get one more for pile 2, please. What can pile 2 do to help manifest in their future spouse? We have release, self-doubt, and let go of fear. And the process of by which you can do that, again, is linked in the description box below. Just check out those 2 videos, you guys. Okay, let's find out what the updated timeline is for you guys. When is pile 2 more than likely to cross paths or to experience union with their future spouse? We got Leo. Okay, so this could literally be talking about Leo season, which this is a timeless reading, but at the time that I am releasing this video, we're actually still in Pisces season. It could be over the summer. Okay. Leo energy is fire energy, and fire is the second, it is the second fastest moving energy of all 4 elements. And so it typically corresponds to months. And so with the number 9 here, this can talk about 9 months. Okay. That could also be possibly Sagittarius season because the 9th house is ruled by Sagittarius. Could also be the month of, what is that? August? September. Okay. So we got Leo season. We have the month of September. Got 9 months, and then Sagittarius season. Okay, you guys, we're gonna leave that there. I hope that it resonated. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today, pile 2. I will see you guys at your next future spouse pick a card reading. Bye, guys. Hey, pile 3, welcome back. My name is Michelle. This is Soul Purpose Activation. We are doing another future spouse pick a card reading. This time we're getting an update. This is specifically for those of you who have been on the future spouse journey, manifesting in a future spouse journey for a while. And so we're just getting an update with, what's going on this journey. Okay, what we're first going to tap into, you guys, is what is the energy that is largely influencing union with your future spouse, whether it's helping or hurting. Okay, are you currently in the process? Are you manifesting union? Are you manifesting separation? What energies are at play? We'll also kind of take a peek in and see what's going on in your future spouse's life right now. We'll also see how your specific energy is contributing to manifesting in union with your future spouse. And then we'll also tap into an updated timeline, like when on the timeline that you're on now, when are you more than likely to meet them? Okay, keep in mind, pile 3, this is a general reading, so take whatever resonates, leave behind anything that doesn't. I do have personal readings available. Just check the description box below. A lot of $25 readings in the future spouse category. If you've been on this journey for a while, you still have not manifested them in yet, there's something going on within your energy that may be contributing largely, that's keeping you in the process of manifesting separation versus manifesting union with your future spouse. Okay, so there's a few things that you can do. If that is the case, check the description box below. I have another channel. There are 2 videos linked in the description box from that other channel. The first one I want you guys to check out if you're interested is called How to Stop Manifesting Separation. Okay, it says from your SP, but you can plug in future spouse. It's the same, for anything that you're trying to manifest, but it's not coming in. Okay, watch that video first, and then the second video that's going to be linked is called Releasing the Wants. That's going to start you on the journey into cleaning up whatever it is in your own energy that is continuing to manifest separation versus manifesting union, because you're manifesting all the time, right? So if you're not manifesting in union with your future spouse, then what you're doing is you're manifesting separation, and how to get out of that energy. I do have personal one-on-one readings available where we can meet over Zoom. If you want to dive into your own personal energy, really like get down to the nitty-gritty and find out what is going on within your own energy. I do have different time slots available, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, clear up into about an hour, that you can book with me. You can ask as many questions that, within that time allotted. And we can just really get down to what is going on within your own, with you energetically and spiritually, that is causing you not to manifest union with your future spouse. All right, pile 3, we're going to get right into it. You guys were drawn to the green moonstone. And I forgot what the actual name of that is. It Garnerite? I don't know. Green moonstone. Okay, green moonstone. Let's see. We got higher power. We have boredom. And then we also have death. Okay. So this is the energy that's largely at play when it comes to manifesting in this connection. So higher power says choosing your highest good, aligning with your higher self, connected to spirit, on the path of the divine. And then it's kind of funny that we have boredom right next to that, because the message that I'm getting is like the path of aligning to your highest good and the path of the divine is not always the most exciting, right? In fact, you know what, you guys, one of the things that we do need to come to terms with on this journey is allowing ourselves to sit in the energy of boredom without feeling like we have to constantly be doing it. Learning how to sit in the energy and not feel entertained. What do you do when you're not feeling alive inside, you're not feeling fired up, you're not feeling inspired, right? That's another, and I feel like that might be an energy that you're struggling with right now, pile 3. Like maybe you're just feeling kind of restless. You might be feeling like, I don't know if you're feeling blocked or delayed, or if you're just, you're still on the path. It's just you're on that part of the path that is not that exciting, right? With death here, we have inevitable end. We've got big transformation. Then it says shedding required, like you're shedding the old self, right? And then dead end. And that may be feeling like I do feel like you might be feeling very stagnant, but the energy that's coming through here, you guys, is that's part of the journey. It's not that you're being delayed, and it's not that you're being blocked. That's part of the journey. You're still on the path. You're still connected to spirit. You're still being divinely guided, and you're in that part of the journey that's just like blah, right? And then learning how to, you know, come to terms with that energy. A lot of times, you know, that can be a very destructive energy. People that are always needing to be entertained, always needing to feel alive inside, and because that's when a lot of, you know, coping mechanisms and things can be triggered. Like, you know, it can, you know, the feeling of boredom can trigger a lot of subconscious, you know, resistance, and a lot of, you know, self-sabotaging and self-limiting thoughts. And so, you know, I'm not going to say that. I still feel you're in the energy that is helping to manifest union with your future spouse, as long as you don't get stuck in this energy here. Like, if you can make peace with the boredom, if you can make peace with what seems like no movement, right? And just learn how to make peace and find the happiness even in the most boringest of moments, you know, things can get flowing again, but you're still on the path. It's just not that exciting, okay? A lot of you may have a lot of cardinal energy in your chart. You may have a lot of, let's see, a lot of Mars energy in your chart. So cardinal energy is Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn. Mars energy is going to be, there's Scorpio in there, also Aries. And then fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sag, okay? It's a lot of those placements feel very restless. Like they're always in that masculine energy, wanting to go, 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 and do, and take action and make shit happen. And it, you know what I mean? And so for those kinds of personalities, especially if you know, resonate with maybe being a type A personality, you know, sitting in the stillness can be very difficult. Like, oh my God, this is so boring. You know what I mean? This is not inspiring. This is not motivating. This does not feel good, right? And learning how to make peace with yourself in that state, in that space. Okay. There's definitely, with shedding required, I do feel like there's a big part of the ego that maybe, and I should say the wounded ego, because the ego in and of itself isn't bad. But we're talking about the wounded ego. There may still be a big part of the wounded ego that maybe you haven't even noticed, and maybe it's being triggered by boredom here, that is still needing to be dropped and shed, right? And so that's kind of what's going on. It's like, yeah, things feel very stagnant, but they're actually not. There's a killing off process that's going on in the stillness. It's just allowing yourself to sit with the restlessness, to sit with all the thoughts that come up from, you know, I don't know, are you feeling like, you know, you're a loser for not doing anything? You know, is that kind of kicking up those kinds of thoughts? Those are thoughts and programming from the wounded ego. You know, there's a thing about, if I'm not taking action, then I'm wasting time. I'm taking up space. And it's almost like, no, you know, there's a time for action, and then there's a time for inaction. And it feels like that's where you guys are at right now, but it's just, you guys are having a different, it's affecting you differently in this pile than it is, the other piles. I'm picking up a very restless energy with you guys. Okay, I totally understand, because I got a lot of fire in my chart as well. Mars energy included, and yeah, I get it. It's like, you know, yeah, I totally get it. I get where you're at. Okay, so let's find out what is going on with your future spouse right now, pile 3. What is going on with pile 3's future spouse right now? Recalling. So we got reminiscing, memories returning. We got completion, lesson learned. I feel like they're coming to terms with something that happened in the past. And then we got hamster. Yeah. Okay. Well, you know, nothing too exciting to report about your your future spouse, pile 3. It's just, you know, they're kind of in the process of right now of, it seems like, putting things into their proper perspective. With done here, completion, lesson learned. They may be coming to terms with an ending of a relationship, putting things in the past where they belong, and just choosing to focus on, you know, building their empire. It says here, surviving in daily hustle, the hamster wheel. It almost feels like they're choosing to focus on business, right? Yeah. Nothing too spectacular. You know, nothing too spectacular to talk about on your future spouse's front. It's just they're just living life right now. They're living life, putting things in the past where they need to be, right? And then just focusing on the future, focusing on the daily hustle of life, business, future finances. I'm not even gonna say, you guys, that it doesn't even feel like your future spouse is even really concerned about dating or manifesting in a future spouse. That doesn't feel like where their mind is at, which usually is when you know, when you tend to manifest in a future spouse. Let's see, what can pile 3 do to help manifest in, actually no, that's not what we're doing. We're going to find out what are you doing, pile 3, that is helping or influencing union with them at this time. What's pile 3's energy? How is pile 3 contributing to this energy here? Okay. We got the 2 of Pentacles. Give me 2 more cards, please. How is pile 3 contributing? The 8 of Wands. How is pile 3 contributing? Yeah. We got the 2 of Pentacles. We got, I laugh because it's so much part of this energy up here with the boredom. It talks, so we got the 2 of Pentacles, and then we got so the 2 of Pentacles can be about weighing options, kind of juggling, you know, weighing pros and cons and stuff like that. And then the 3 of Wands literally is like, okay, now wait. I'm just waiting, right? Which I feel like, you know, given what we got up here is really where you need to be. And believe it or not, I know that it doesn't feel like, you know, you're contributing at all, because there is a large party that's like, I gotta take action, especially with the 8 of Wands here, right in the middle, right? God, this is reminding me of that meme. I think, is it Nipsey Hussle? It's like Nipsey Hussle is meditating, or someone's meditating, right? You got meditating, and then you got the ego with like that frame of Lawrence Fishburne playing Ike Turner, and then you're meditating again. That's kind of what it feels like you're, that, you know what I mean? It's like you're meditating, and then there comes a wounded ego. Like, what? And then, oh, got to shut that off again. That's kind of what it feels like. With the 2, it's like, I feel like you're in the process of trying to make peace with where you're at on the journey, and realizing that you're in a space where there is, like, where you know that you're in that part of the journey that calls for inaction, that calls for letting go, that calls for sitting in the stillness. And it's like, okay, you're at peace with it for the most part. You're at peace with it, and then boom, there comes that 8 of Wands. Like, I got to do something. Oh my God, you're getting restless. I got to move. Got to take action. I got to expand. I got to grow. It's very, very fiery energy. Very Mars dominant energy. It's like, I got it. It's even yeah, a lot of it. It's even Pluto energy. So a lot of Scorpio energy. It's like, I got to grow. I got to transform. I got to take action. I got to expand. I got to get that spark, right? And so that's kind of what it feels like. And it's like, okay, all right, fine. You know, like, it's that realization, like, there's nothing I can do. There's nothing that I can do. So I just got to just sit here and, you know, let go and release and just be. I just got to exist, right? It's so hard for energies, for fire dominant energies and Mars dominant energies. I get it, you guys, I get it. But the good news is, pile 3, you're doing exactly what you're supposed to do. You're still on the path. Believe it or not, it may feel like you're in the process of manifesting separation, but it actually feels like you're in the process of manifesting union. It's just you're having to tame a very restless part of your spirit, okay? It's for your growth, believe it or not. All right, moving on. Now we're going to find out what it is you can do that's going to help manifest in union with your future spouse. While we're getting in this energy, you guys, if this is resonating at all, if it's providing you any kind of value or comfort, okay, make sure you're hitting that like button. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below, let me know what pile you picked, let me know how it resonated. If you want to become part of the family and you haven't done so yet, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. Okay, pile 3. What can pile 3 do to help manifest in this union? A new beginning. It says, have courage to open a new door. Let's get 2 more. Manifestation. It says, what you desire is on its way. So staying in that energy and knowing that no matter what it looks like, your future spouse, this connection is on its way. And with what I'm picking up here, the energy is supportive of that. No matter how things look, no matter how things feel. Let's get one more card. Remember who you are. Return to the roots. Let's see. We're going to get a few more cards here from a different deck. What can pile 3 do to help manifest in union with their future spouse? I just heard here with remember who you are. Remember that you're the creator of all things in your own, in your own little bubble and in your own little world. You are the one that is creating your 3D reality, all of it, okay? So just remember that anything that's happening on the outside is a direct reflection. It's there because of what's going on the inside. Just remember that. Just remember who you are. Having the courage to open new doors, whatever that may mean for you, okay? If there's something that you've been having the inkling to do, pile 3, but you've been kind of dragging your feet on that, that's a specific nod to like, yeah, you need to do that thing, whatever that thing may be, okay? I am picking up a specific energy or message for some of you. This is going to resonate and you're going to know who you are. I feel like there's someone you might have been thinking about reaching out to that you've been dragging your feet on. I don't know how that's going to be connected. I'm not saying that that person is your future spouse, but there may be something energetically tied to that person where if you reach out to them, I don't know if it's going to release something that may free up the energy for your future spouse to come in. There's just something having to do with you're having the inkling of reaching out to somebody. I don't know if it's just to, for an olive branch, extending an olive branch, clearing the air or something. That is a message for some of you. Let's get 3 cards from here. It says, look for signs and synchronicities. What can pile 3 do? I'm just hearing keeping hope alive. It says your reality is, there you look at that. Your reality is a reflection of your inner world. I just told you that. And look, it's right underneath manifestation. Okay. I'm telling you that it says turn lemons into lessons. Reframing things that happened in the past. Okay. So it's one of those things like, if something happened that was disappointing, something happened that maybe didn't turn out the way that you had hoped. Maybe you were trying to manifest something in and you didn't quite get what you wanted. It's like there's a lesson in that, like, or there's a benefit in that. Ask yourself, like, a way that you can turn a lemon into a lesson. I even say turning a lemon into a blessing, right? Is looking at something that looks bad on the outside, but then you ask yourself, okay, how is that actually benefiting me? How might that actually be helping me? How might that actually, be working things out for me? How is that working in my favor? You know what I mean? It's reframing what happened, you know, turning that, either it's a lesson that needs to be learned, and or, you know, there's something at work here that maybe you're not recognizing, right? Like, you know, maybe you were seeing somebody, you're dating somebody, you were interested in someone, and maybe that person ghosted you. There may have been something going on with that person that you could not see. That was, you know, it's like, if you've seen the whole truth, you would know what a blessing that was, right? And so it's asking yourself, okay, how might this actually be helping me? How might this actually be benefiting me? How is this working things out in my favor, right? And then you can even ask, you know, with your reality as a reflection of your inner world, you can even ask, how is that me? How did I actually, what in me produced that, you know, that reflection to be mirrored back to me, right? So if someone, you know, say someone ghosted you, or you experienced, you know, a disappointment, you know, the way that you can ask, how is that me, is looking, okay, so what did that trigger? What emotional feeling state did that trigger within you? So if you felt abandoned by that, if you really know and own that your reality is a reflection of your inner world, then you know that the reason why that person abandoned you is because that's how you were feeling. That's been a subconscious emotional state that's been going on with you, where you've been feeling abandoned, you know? And so you've been manifesting experiences with people where they trigger that old feeling of abandonment for the purposes of you, you know, sitting with it, healing it, processing it out, right? Until you get to a point where, you know, you're not carrying that emotional baggage around anymore. I hope that makes sense. All right. What we're going to do now, you guys, is... and if I didn't already, I think I did. I already mentioned my other channel. Yes, I did. Okay. Just check the description box below for those 2 videos. And then, yeah, to help you clear out that emotional baggage. If you are dealing with like abandonment wounds or attachment issues or anything like that, that other channel will help that for you. Okay. Let's see, pile 3. Let's do an updated timeline. Let's see, on the timeline that you're on, when are you more than likely to meet your future spouse? On the timeline that you are on, we got Aries in the number 5 right off the bat. Within the year. Okay, this is a timeless reading. I just heard within the year, so it doesn't matter really when you're watching this. You know, if it's September, it's like it's going to be before the year is out. Okay, even if it's in December. At the time that I'm releasing this video, we are currently in Pisces season. Aries season is like, what, a week and a half away. It could be that soon. It could be during Aries season. It could be during Leo season, because the 5th house is ruled by Leo. It could also be the month of May. There's a lot of summer energy coming through here. A lot of summer energy, okay? It could be over the summer, wherever, you know, whatever part of the world you're in, your summer. Okay. Anything else? Oh, and then fire energy is the 2nd fastest moving energy, and so the number 5 could literally stand for 5 months within the time that you're watching this reading. All right, just wanted to throw that out there, you guys. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and end the video here. I hope that it resonated. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today, you guys. I will see you at your next future spouse pick a card reading. Bye. Pile 4, welcome back. My name is Michelle. This is Soul Purpose Activation. We are doing another future spouse pick a card reading. We are doing an update. This is going to be for those of you that have been on the, you know, manifesting in a future spouse journey for a while. Okay, and we're just going to see what's going on. What we're going to first look at, pile 4, is the overall, like the energy that is mainly influencing, you know, union with your future spouse, whether it's influencing separation or if it's influencing union. We're going to see what's going on with that. Okay. We're also going to be checking into the energy that you are specifically contributing to that. We're going to kind of take a peek into your future spouse's life to see what they're up to. You know, may not be anything even worth mentioning, but, you know, we're going to do it anyway. We're going to be nosy. And then we're going to see what it is that maybe what you can do to kind of help, you know, sway the energy more towards, you know, manifesting union if it so happens to be that you're manifesting separation, okay? Just keep in mind, you guys, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave behind anything that doesn't. I do have personal readings available in the description box below for booking details. A lot of $25 readings in the future spouse category. For those of you that have been on this journey for a while and they're not manifesting in, we're manifesting all the time. So we're either manifesting union with what we're wanting, or we're manifesting separation. So if you've been on this for a while, then what you are doing is you're still manifesting separation, okay? And so more than likely, I should say. And there are a few things that you can do if that is the case. I do have another channel. It's called Your Wish Fulfilled. There's 2 videos linked in the description box below from that channel you can check out. The first one is how to stop manifesting separation. Okay, it says from your SP, but you can plug in future spouse there, right? It's the same for anything that you're wanting to manifest, whether it's, you know, a specific person, a future spouse, you know, more money, a business opportunity, whatever it may be. It's just you're either manifesting union with what you want, or you're manifesting separation. So start with that video first, and then the next one after that is called Releasing the Wants. Okay, that's the actual process of, you know, what to do to clear out any energies that still have you manifesting separation. All right, you guys, we're going to get into your reading pile. For you were drawn to the blue lace agates. And this energy here is all about the energy that is largely influencing connection with them at this time. We got rare gift, delays, and then we also have the unseen. Okay, so with rare gift, we have a special gift given to you. Seize the opportunity. Unique gifts bring luck and success, the power to attract wealth. We also have delays here. But I just heard good things come to those who wait. Okay, with rare gift, it's like, the kind, I don't want to say the kind of person, but the kind of connection that this is going to be with your future spouse. I don't want to say high level. I mean, that's the words that are wanting to come out. Maybe it's just the way that I'm able to communicate with you where you're kind of understand what I'm talking about. This is not just any connection. That may be why things seem like they're taking so long to manifest in union with your future spouse, is because of how unique and special the connection itself is. Okay, we'll move a little bit further. It says delays. It says frustrated by slow results. Any pace is a good pace. Patience and perseverance. I was just going to say good things come to those who wait, and go, you know, come to those who are patient. And there's patience and perseverance. It says you can't rush progress. We also have the unseen. It says working behind the scenes, not seeing the full picture, the blessings you don't see, and magic happening behind the scenes. So the good news, pile 4, is that you are actually manifesting in union. Okay, you're not, the energy here is in favor of manifesting union. It's just maybe it's taking longer than what you're wanting it to take. And the reason being is because I feel like there's something with the connection itself that is very unique and very special. And I just heard very precious. Yeah, and there's not anything about precious on here. Something very precious. And so it's a very, yeah. And so it's just like, the message that's wanting to come through is like, you know, you literally, pile 4, you could get married tomorrow. Okay, this is what I'm hearing. You could get married tomorrow if you want to. You may even know that. But you know what? I feel like pile 4, you know, you're looking for a very specific kind of energy. And the kind of energy, I'm not even saying a specific kind of a person. It's an energy that you're looking for, that, you know, you may not even be aware of the specifics of that energy, but it's just this feeling. It's like, you know, no, I don't want to say you're being picky. You're being very selective though, right? And I feel like, pile 4, that you could, you could be in a relationship tomorrow, and you could be on track to, getting married within the next 6 months to a year, but that's not what you're wanting. Yeah, I mean, yes, you want to get married and that, but it's like you're not wanting a relationship just for the sake of being in a relationship, and you're not wanting to get married just for the sake of getting married. That's not it. That's not the target. That's not the goal for you. Yes, that you want to get married, but what you want it to be with the right person. Right? There are a lot of people out here that just want to get married. That's the whole reason why they're out there dating, is because I want a relationship. I want a boyfriend. It's not, I want, to be with the right person. It's like they're being motivated by, there's this feeling of lack that people feel when they're not in a relationship. I don't know, maybe you worked through that part, but there is this thing with you, like, you're not going to settle for anything less than what you want. And there's a very specific energy that I feel you're being guided to, is what I'm hearing. And I am picking up on some frustration because I do feel like, you're very good at releasing and just going with the flow, especially with this blue lace agate. Feels very watery. In terms of going with the flow. Okay, you're not resistance. You're like, if it doesn't feel right, if it doesn't feel aligned to you, if it doesn't sit right with your heart, with your soul, you're just not going to be a part of it. And I'm talking about you, like, maybe dating others. Not to say that you're not, but it's like one of those things where you can tell instantly right away if it's that kind of energy you're looking for. You are being very, very selective when it comes to union with a specific kind of energy. Right? And I'm not saying person, because multiple people can have that same energy, although I do feel that the energy that you are being guided toward, right, coming into union with, I feel like the energy that you are feeling guided toward coming into union with is very rare. Okay? And it's not necessarily exclusive to one person, but there isn't a whole lot of people. There's multiple people that have that energy, but it's not like, it's not common, right? And so you're being very selective. There's an energy, there's a specific kind of energy that you're looking for in a, romantic partner and a future spouse, and that's kind of what you're holding off for, right? And that's exactly why it may be taking longer than what you're wanting, okay, if that's even an issue for you. There are things going on behind the scenes in terms of, this person manifesting in things that you may not even be aware of. So I am picking up for some of you, relocation for either you or your future spouse may have to happen. So I don't know if you have been feeling guided to move, to relocate, to a whole different city, state, country, province, whatever altogether. That is coming through for some of you. It just feels like things are needing to, like, be rearranged in the background, and you're just kind of being divinely guided to whatever that is. You know what I mean? And yeah. Very go with the flow. You're just kind of letting go and letting the universe do its thing, and it can feel maddening for some of us when we do kind of fall back into that, that ego. It's like, okay, we wanted it like yesterday, but then we're like, okay. Let's fall back into the flow of the universe and just let things happen. It's, I don't want to really look at it like things are being delayed. It's not. When I think about delays, I think about, how we perceive time, how we perceive, things. I feel like things with this connection are exactly where they need to be. It's just, our egos and our pride can get in the way and be like, I wanted it yesterday, right? That's why delays are here. I don't actually feel like this connection is being delayed. This is just a nod to the fact that maybe it's taking longer than what you would want it to take. And that's simply because that's just part of the mind that likes to get in there and be like, instant gratification, right? That I do feel for the most part, pile 4, you guys are, I don't want to say putting a damper on, but you are kind of controlling by not trying to control it. God, I hope that makes sense. All right, well, we're going to see what your, ooh. I was going to say, we're going to see what your ex is up to. Pile 4. Okay, do not, this is not going to be for all of you, okay? This is going to be for some of you. Believe it or not, pile 4, your ex is your future spouse, okay? I said for some of you. Don't get mad, okay? For some of you, it is your ex that is your future spouse, because what I'm getting ready to do is pull on what your future spouse is up to now. And what literally was going to come out of my mouth is, okay, let's see what your ex has been up to. Okay, so that's just letting some of you know. This is talking about you and an ex reconciling and eventually getting married. And that may be why, you know, there's a period of separation and delays and things working behind the scenes, because whatever was wrong in the connection before, right, is having to be ironed out. Bugs are needing to be fixed and stuff like that. And that's why things are taking a while, is because whatever was wrong in the connection before is getting made right. Okay, it's like that energy that you're looking for. Your ex, for those where this resonates, okay, you're gonna know if this resonates. Your ex is in the process of becoming that specific energy you're feeling guided to. Okay, for those of you where that resonates. I know it's not going to resonate for everybody, so no hate in my comments. I will not take it. All right, let's see. Pile 4's, I'm telling you, some of you it's an ex. Pile 4's future spouse. Pile 4's future spouse. What are you up to? Pile 4's future spouse. I keep wanting to say ex. We got racing, running and avoiding. Oh my God. Okay. See, I was not expecting this in any of these piles. Pile 4, and this is the only pile that is referencing an ex being a future spouse. I'm just saying. Let's get one more. All right. What is your future spouse doing? Okay, for those, I'm feeling largely, for the people that felt drawn to pile 4, largely, you guys, this is an ex, okay? Largely. I'm not going to say that this is not your pile if it's not an ex. Now that we are to that point, though, because everything that came before that in this reading still is still for you, talking about the energies that's manifesting separation or connection. Now we're getting more into the details of who your future spouse is. And this is largely talking about someone that you already know, somebody you've already had some experience with. I literally heard ex, okay? For some of you, you've had an actual relationship with this person. So what they're up to right now, they're running and they're avoiding. I'm not quite sure why journal is here. I don't know if your person is a journaler. If they journal, do they write notes? Do they, you know, do they write? Is your person a writer? They may keep a diary. For some of you, I'm hearing that maybe that may be their way. They may actually do journal. So what your future spouse is up to, for some of you, it's your ex. What they're doing is, that's their way of kind of processing things, I feel, is writing in some kind of a journal. We got nightlife here with gamble, taking a risk, and there's just a lot of running, a lot of avoiding. With recalling here at the back of the deck, though, it says reminiscing memories and returning, okay? So this is talking about, you know, an ex for a lot of you, where there's a break, there's a separation in this connection, and what's going on here is that your person is becoming the kind of energy that you're looking for, that you're feeling guided to, okay? With journal here, I do feel like a lot of what's happening is, like, while you and your future spouse are in separation, for those of you that know this person, they are taking note of how the absence of your energy in their life is affecting them. They are noticing that, and it's like they're making mental notes of that, okay? They are recognizing that. But they're just at the point right now where they're still running, they're still avoiding. For a lot of you, they could be partying a lot. drinking a lot, trying to numb out, you know, the pain or whatever it may be. Yeah, interesting. I was not expecting that to come through there. Okay, pile 4. Let's find out what you are doing to, how are you contributing to manifesting union or separation? How is pile 4 contributing to the energy largely influencing union with your future spouse? Wheel of Fortune in reverse. That can feel like that stagnant energy. How is pile 4 contributing to union or separation? Eight of Wands in the upright position. Let's get one more. And the Moon. Why is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse here? We got Pisces energy with the Moon. I also, of course, because Cancer is ruled by the Moon, that's also Cancer energy to me. The Wheel of Fortune, it's in the reverse here. So for me personally as a reader, when the Wheel of Fortune is in the upright position, it can go either way. So that can be, mutable energy when it's in the upright position, but with it being in the reverse, I'm picking up on fixed energy. Okay, so fixed energy is Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Why is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse here? I feel like I feel like there's something that you're doing or something that you're saying that's almost like, think about when you have a wheel and it's turning, right? And then you put like a spike or a cog or whatever they call it, and it jams it from spinning, right? I don't know if there's something that you're doing, pile 4, or something that you're saying, maybe something you're saying to yourself that's jamming up the gears a bit. What's going on here? With the 8 of Wands in the upright position, though, I feel like it's something that you're doing and or saying like regularly. That's influencing manifestation with union with your future spouse. What is this energy here? And with the Moon here, you're not even aware that you're doing it. You're not aware, like consciously, you're not aware that you're doing it and or even saying it. King of Wands. This may be for those of you specifically where this is referencing an ex. Like, you may be highly resistant to even acknowledging that your ex could be the energy that you're wanting, or that they could become it, or you know what I mean? Yeah. King of Wands, that's a fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sag. So that could be, your counterpart, the person, whoever your ex may be. That could just be them being, they're very charismatic, very charming, very attractive. The King of Wands in the upright position for me as a reader, if it's in the upright position, it's denoting the functional aspect of that, right? Now, some other readers I know, they'll look at the King of Wands as being somebody that, maybe more of a fuckboy or fuckgirl or whatever. But for me personally, because I look at, everything is either in its evolved expression or unevolved expression. And since the King of Wands is in the upright position, this is somebody who is a master of they're very passionate. Oh, very passionate, okay? Very physically and outwardly expressive. Yes, even very sexually charged, but because they are a king, they are in control of that passion. Okay, so this is someone that you may be very attracted to, just maybe very charming and attractive overall, just have that kind of magnetic energy. I feel like whatever it is you're saying or you're doing, and it largely feels subconscious, like it's just not something you're even allowing yourself to see, something you're not allowing yourself to accept, which is fine, it's your journey, but this is the message that's coming out. Something you're saying or doing on a very regular basis you're not even aware of with the moon here, having to do with a King of Wands energy, we'll put it that way, okay? That feels like it's jamming up the gears a bit. Okay, so that specific part may actually be contributing to manifesting separation and adding to the delays here. Okay, you guys, what we're going to do now is we're going to tap into the energy to see what it is that you can do, pile 4, that will help manifest any union with your future spouse. Then we're also going to tap in to see what is an updated timeline, like when can you experience manifestation with your future spouse. Okay, you guys, let's see. But before we get that energy out, if this is resonating, if it's adding any kind of value to your life at all, be sure that you're taking a moment to smash that like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below, let me know what pile you picked, let me know how it's resonating, and then be sure to hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you don't miss an upload or an announcement. All right, guys, let's see, what can pile 4 do to help manifest in connection with their future spouse? What can pile 4 do to help manifest in union? What can pile 4 do to help manifest in union? We have love. It says, allow love to pour in and out of you. So really tap into that heart space. Really get into and evoke those feelings of love. If it's difficult for you to maybe access that feeling of love, a great gateway feeling to kind of, to guide you into that love is gratitude. Okay. And it doesn't have to be towards a specific person or even towards a future spouse. It can just be love in an overall general energy, love towards pets, love towards children, just whatever is that gateway that helps you to tap into and evoke those feelings of love. All right. Because what's coming through is what you're focusing on is what you're going to manifest more of. And so if you are constantly putting yourself in that energy of love, then you're going to manifest circumstances and situations that, reflect that love back to you and keep you in that energy of love naturally. Okay, let's get a couple more. The moon, again, it says subconscious mind and feminine intuition. Let's get one more to see how that's gonna play into it there, because that may be talking about with these two together, do this as a practice with the love thing here, right? Do it so much that it becomes a subconscious default state that, anytime something might happen that may temporarily knock you out of that energy, it's become a natural default state where you just naturally default into the energy of love and gratitude. Let's get one more. What can pile 4 do to help manifest in union with their future spouse? We got forgiveness. Forgiveness, and it says set yourself free. Okay, so for those of you, regardless of whether or not your future spouse is actually an ex, okay, regardless of that, there is some energy here of you may be still holding on to resentment, maybe to bitterness, a lot of resentment and bitterness coming through that may be aimed at someone else that needs to be forgiven. And you guys, forgiveness does not mean you're calling that person up and telling them what they did was okay. That's not what forgiveness means. Okay, literally it says here, set yourself free. And how you do that is by, because really what unforgiveness is it's needing someone to, apologize. It's needing someone to make things right. It's needing someone to, you know, acknowledge that what they did is wrong, right? And there's nothing wrong with wanting those things, but as long as you're craving those things and you're needing that from someone else, they hold a lot of power over you, right? And it's perpetuating those feelings of bitterness and I'm even hearing rage, bitterness, rage, resentment. And believe it or not, that's, you know, whenever you're holding on to those kinds of feelings directed towards someone else, that's an open channel. You're still connected to that person, right? That's a lot of energy that you are funneling over to someone else through unforgiveness. And so forgiveness like severs that cord. You know, it releases that person. And it's not to say like true forgiveness even comes to a point where, you know, you're like, I don't even want karma to to exact justice on you. I mean, that's true forgiveness, but you can baby step your way there by saying, okay, I don't need you to feel sorry for me. I don't need you to even apologize to me. I don't need you to even see that what you did to me was wrong. I'm just going to let karma deal with you. And then you just release it and then go on, right? That's a step in the right direction of forgiveness. Now, true full-blown forgiveness is saying, oh my God, because when we're talking about forgiving, it's coming from a space of real unconditional love and seeing that people are often acting from a space of pain themselves. I mean, it's gotten to a point where it's said all the time now. I don't want to say it's cheesy, but you know, it may be played out, but the saying is true. Hurt people, right? Absolutely true. People that are hurting hurt other people, whether they know they're hurting on purpose or not. That's it, right? And so, you know, when we are looking through the lens of love, especially unconditional love, it's realizing, okay, this person was hurting. They're dealing with their own pain, and that's why they treated me the way that they did. And when you're coming from a space of unconditional love, it's like, oh, you know, it's knowing like if this person gets their karma for what they did to me, their whole life is just going to be destroyed, right? And, you know, no hate on you at all. I get it. Like if you're in that space where you're like, yeah, I want karma to like, you know, rip them a new asshole. I totally get it. Right? That's part of the journey though. That's part of the journey. So don't, you know, wherever you're at with forgiveness is exactly where you need to be. And as long as you continue on the journey, you know, you're releasing anything that isn't love, eventually you will get to a point where you're able to be like, oh my God, you'll literally mean it. You're like, Lord, have mercy on his soul or her soul or their soul, right? And you'll mean it because you'll know like they're not going to survive the karma for what they did to me. You know, so please like have mercy because you know what I mean? You'll get to that space, you know, whatever. It's I hope you know what I mean, okay? Baby steps, it's okay. But definitely this is all about like what you can do to help manifest in union with your future spouse, and forgiveness is part of it, okay? In whatever stage of forgiveness that you might be. And it's totally perfectly fine to be like, you know, fine, I'll let go of needing that person to, you know, make things right with me, but I'm gonna let karma and/or God deal with them, right? You know, I totally get it, you know, and a lot of times that's how it works, you know, people do get their karma, you know, it's part of, you know, reaping what we sow. It just is. All right, let's get 3 more cards. What can pile 4 do to manifest in union with their future spouse? It says release self-doubt and let go of fear. Okay. So right below love, it's like have more love, right? Have more love and fear versus faith and whatever, you know, faith and hate. No, have more love and faith and then let go of the fear and the resentment, whatever that may be, the anger, right? Was that a card that came through? Hold on. Did something flip? No. All right. What can pile 4 do? What can pile 4 do? Step out of your comfort zone and try something new. Okay, this is literal, okay? Now, for some of you, this can be like the fact that this is coming right underneath the moon. This may literally be something that you have a fear of doing, okay? Because right next to it, we have relief, self-doubt, and let go of fear. There may be something that you can do in the outer world that can help you confront an actual fear. For some of you, it'd be like bungee jumping, skydiving, something just freaking insane like that. something for, it's like you need to face a fear. It doesn't have to be as extreme as actually doing something. It can just be facing a fear, you know, allowing something to happen that maybe you have feared all this time. And that can just be something as simple as, you know, allowing someone and releasing them energetically to go find the person they think they want to be with, right? That can be that can be a fear that heavily triggers like abandonment issues and, you know, toxic attachment issues, right? So step out of your comfort zone and try something new, but it doesn't have to be that deep, right? This could also just talk about getting yourself back out there. You know, for me personally, I'm like, for some reason I'm feeling guided to become a lot more physically active in terms of like, I want to go roller skating again. I want to, you know, I want to go biking. I want to get a bike and start, you know what I mean? Just weird things like that. It is kind of out of my comfort zone at this point because, you know, I've been kind of in hermit mode for a while and I've never, you know, it's been years and ages since I've done a lot of those things. And so it can be just something like that, you know, just, you know, step out of your comfort zone and try some new things. And we're talking about what you can do to help manifest union with your future spouse. That thing that you might be guided to do could somehow, you know, divert your paths with your future spouse to cross. Okay, so if you've been guided to do something, definitely get out there and do it, even if it's outside of your comfort zone. Okay, let's get one more. We have trust your intuition. She's always right. Okay, yeah, it's just like, you know, letting go, going with the flow. Definitely there's some fears that I feel that a lot of you are having to face that maybe you're not letting yourself face. And the reason why you want to do that is because as long as you're holding on to that fear, let's say that you're holding on to wanting an ex to maybe spend the rest of their life alone and they never meet what the person they think they want to be with and blah, 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 right? And as long as you're holding on to the fear, that's exactly what you're going to manifest. You're going to manifest your biggest fear coming to life. And so if you will allow yourself to confront that fear, right, that's going to dissolve the emotional charge that is keeping that fear alive. And then, you know, one of two things are going to happen. That person is going to have that experience and you're not going to give two shits, right? You're going to be released from that fear. You may even be like, you know, a lot of the times it's because it's like when we release that fear, we all of a sudden we start to see things in ways we didn't see them before. All of a sudden it's like, oh, well, you know, yeah, that person may go and find, you know, what they're really looking for, but then I'm going to be released to go find what I'm really looking for. And that's when you start to realize that person really wasn't what you were looking for. You know what I mean? And so that can happen. And, or it can be a thing where you release that fear and so that fear doesn't actually ever materialize. Okay, it can go either way. Anyway, so let's look into an updated timeline. So when can, on the timeline that pile 4 is currently on, when can they be expected to meet their future spouse? What's the current timeline here? Soon. Soon. God, these piles, you may have been drawn to more than one pile, and that's for all of them, because we've got Leo season coming out for almost every single pile in this reading. But we got Leo energy here, so this could be specifically during Leo season. Fire energy is the fastest moving energy of all 4 elements. And so, you know, it usually corresponds to months. So it could be in as little as 1 month. Okay. The number 1 or the first house is ruled by Aries. So it could be during Aries season. So, you know, at the filming of this video, we are currently in Pisces season, and you know, Aries season is like a week and a half away. And so, you know, soon, very soon. Okay. We'll just put it that way. It could be in as little as a week and a half, you guys, 1 month. Okay. To whenever Leo season is for you guys, whenever you're watching this video. Okay. We're going to leave that there. I hope that it resonated. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. And I will see you guys at your next future spouse pick a card reading. Bye guys.